Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be taking a look at the new Imperial Light Cruiser set that was just released in the August wave. So its set number is 75315 and is recommended for ages 10 plus. So this particular Imperial Light Cruiser is based on its appearance in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, but it is also shown in other media such as Star Wars Rebels. So let's start by taking a look at the box. On the bottom right here you'll see the minifigures. So the minifigures included are the child, Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian, Cara Dune, Fennec Shand, Moff Gideon, and a Dark Trooper. On the front of the box we got a nice picture of the light cruiser flying through space, and one of the small TIE fighters there. On the top of the box we've got the Dark Trooper as the 1:1 minifigure scale, and then just a couple of logos on the other side. On the side we've got some side art here. On the back we've got some of the play features with the ship landed on the ground, and a couple of the minifigures having a fight down here. On the other side of the box is just some more logos, and then on the bottom, as you'd expect, it's just got the usual information along it. So let's get into the speed build. here we have the finished build. So let's start by taking a look at the figures. So first up we have Baby Yoda, also known as the Child or Grogu. So he's just the same as the one we've seen previously. I think this is the 4th set we've seen him in. So he's got the 2 pieces. The main body has a nice print on the front, but apart from that there's not really that much to him. So the head is the rubber sort of thing, so it's a little bit flexible, won't break easily. Next up we have the Mandalorian. So this is the same one we saw earlier in the year in the Trouble on Tatooine set. Next up we have Cara Dune. This is the same figure we saw in the ATST Raider from last year. So she's got the nice leg and torso printing, and she's got a double-sided face. So on the front she's got the smile, and on the back she's got an angry look. And you'll notice on her face she's got the little grey dot, which is to represent the tattoo she has. Alright, next up we have Fennec Shand. So she is brand new and at the moment exclusive to this set. So she's got a nice orange and black all around look to her. On the back she's just got some dark grey printing. She's got some arm printing on the side, and on the other side as well. And on the front she's got some nice printing all around on her legs and torso. And this helmet is a brand new mould for the figure, and underneath we'll find a face print. And there's the other side, a bit of a smirk. Next up we have Moff Gideon. So like Fennec Shand, he is also brand new and exclusive to the set. He's got some nice printing on the torso, and underneath the cape on the back as well. This cape is also very nice. It's black but dark red on the inside, and it's made of the softer material, so it's very flexible. He doesn't have any leg printing, he's just got the plain black legs, which is okay, as I think they didn't need to go all out with the details for Gideon. He's got a double-sided face, so on the front he's just got the fairly standard sort of blank expression, and on the back he's got the more worried look. Unfortunately they didn't do a custom Darksaber piece for this figure, they just went with the normal saber hilt with the black blade, which we've seen before in other Darksaber characters such as Pre Vizsla and Darth Maul. And last but definitely not least is the Dark Trooper. So this is a very cool figure. He has a new helmet mold, so we'll take a closer look at that. And underneath the helmet you'll see that he has a bit of detail going on. So he's got the red going across, that way when you look through the helmet you can see the red eyes. And on the back it's got the black, so that way if you were to put the helmet on like that, if you turn the head around you can see that they're deactivated. And then you can turn the head around with the red eyes and they're now activated. It uses the same chest plate that Wrecker has, which is also the same as the War Machine. So that chest plate is nice, it makes him look a lot buffer, a lot bigger. And he's got some nice grey printing around to make use of that negative sort of space to make him look like you can see through him. Right, now let's get onto the ship. And here we have the Imperial Light Cruiser. So like most Star Destroyers, this one is mostly using a light grey and dark bluish grey colour scheme. So we'll start by taking a look around. So along the side you'll notice a couple of greebling details along here, and then it's got this circular docking bay part here for when it docks onto other large ships. And there's 2 little TIE fighters included in the set, so they dock into there, and they're just quite simple little builds. So there's a little stud in there that they attach onto at the back. So just sitting there nicely, there's one on each side. Around the back of the engines, there's a couple of nice trans blue dishes to represent the engines and the thrust. They use these big half cylinder pieces, there's 2 of those on each side to make a large circle. There's a lot of nice greebling around here with these clip pieces, grill tiles, and 1x2 round plates. There's more of these grill tiles around for detail. And on the other side, it's the same but opposite. So these cannons can move up and down. So there's 2 of those on each side. So on the front you'll notice this gap. In the Mandalorian, that's where the TIE fighters shoot out of. So we'll get into that a bit later in the review. And then you'll notice on the top the command center protrudes from the main ship. So it's got some nice sloping at the back and some nice wedge plates around the sides. Window pieces are all stickers, and you'll notice that they kind of go in and around all the bricks there. There's some nice slopes at the front as well, with these grille slopes as well. And on the top of the main hull area, there are these two cannons which can rotate. And they've got two spring-loaded shooters each, which can fire off easily. And these cannons can also move up and down. There's some nice wedge slopes on the sides to make it very smooth. On some of the larger sets, like Star Destroyers, LEGO often includes a carry handle somewhere around the centre, so it's easy to pick up. However, this set does not include a carry handle. However, the bridge is in the centre of the ship, and is actually strong enough so that if you grab onto it, you can lift it around and it won't break off. I'm not sure whether or not that was done intentionally, but there is a lot of technique holding on the command bridge to the main area, so it makes it a very strong connection point. So now let's get into some of the play features of the set. So the main area of the ship we're going to be looking at is this front hull area. So this whole section opens up very easily. It's just on some of these Technic beams here. There's a couple of pins going through there to allow it to lift up. So on the inside here, in the middle of the room, there's a table. And on that table is a little coffee mug. All these pieces here are stickers, and there's also two stickers on the other end for the controls. And there's a few more stickered elements around. Some of these slopes are all stickers for little control panels. And on either side of the room there is one of these crates. On this side of the room, the crate has a little grenade piece. So that's the same one we've seen a few times now. And on the other side of the room, this little crate has a pair of binoculars for the figures to use. There is a fair bit of room so that you can place the figures inside. However, you have to be careful around this side, because when you close it up you have to leave room for it to fold shut. So if you have them too high up, they won't be able to shut properly. So if you have someone like off Gideon here, when you try to close it, it won't shut properly. There's sabers in the way, so you've got to place them very carefully if you want to close up the ship. Like that. Right, so we'll take a look at what I think is the best play feature of the set. So at the front here, it has this little section that can move back and forward. So if you take one of your TIE fighters from the back and place it right there, then you can fire them off as if they're shooting out from the docking bay in the show. So in the actual show, this main area is actually a docking bay, but for the set they chose to instead include what would be part of the bridge in the docking bay, which I think is a lot more interesting than a docking bay would have been. So I think all up, this set is very nice. I myself am a fan of all the sort of cruisers and Star Destroyers, so this to me is definitely a must-buy. The figures included are also very nice, 3 of the 6 being exclusive to the set and the other 3 being main characters, so it's alright that they've been reused. I hope we get the Dark Troopers in a battle pack, as having just one doesn't feel right. You really need a few of them so that way you can accurately depict the scene. I think for the size of the ship, they were able to include a lot of play features, which is nice. And although not much is really happening in the back in terms of like openness, I think that's okay since the shaping of it would have made it awkward to be able to incorporate room into. But they still used the space wisely, as they were able to put the TIE fighters on either side into the docking bays, and the engine detailing around the back is nice. And the overall shaping and angles that they were able to achieve, I think, were executed well. Compared to other sets that are around the same price range as this set, like the AT-AT, I think this one is definitely priced well. At first the $270 price point seemed a bit much, but now comparing it to other sets, I think it's definitely worth it. So that's all for this review. Thank you everyone for watching. Let me know what you thought of this set in the comments, and if you'll be getting it, and I'll see you in the next one.